Scientists had to make thousands of calculations to create the atomic bomb and determine its effects. Computers and atomic bombs both produce of products. You know, I don't care. I'm leaving that in.
Snake, do you remember the sinking of that tanker 2 years ago?
Of course.
Terrorists blow a hole in an oil tank.
Wow, Snake sounds a bit off. Maybe he finally gave up smoking. Or stopped drinking cough medicine. So basically, if you didn't play the tankers section of this game, this part here is where you would see the main title of the game. And yes, I know what you're thinking. You're thinking, is that true? That is very true. Don't bother googling that to check. Just take my word for it.
The shells become a landmark, a symbol of environmental protection.
Calling teams Alpha and Bravo. Deploy at the big shell as scheduled.
Approximately 6 hours ago, the big shell was seized by an armed group.
Do we have an ID?
Former members of the Navy SEAL Special Anti-Terrorist Training Squad Dead Cell. Russian private army members may also be involved. It's a
As a stand-in for Foxhound, Dead Cell is probably not the most memorable or iconic of an organization, especially a combination of bosses. Some of them are memorable, they are, but maybe for not the best of reasons. Fat Man being definitely very frustrating, for a reason you'll find later on, and Fortune being more of a tease. I suppose the most interesting one out of all of them is Van, but you'll see why when it comes later on. There's some things he does that is a bit mental.
What are their demands?
$30 billion.
$30 billion? What makes them think they can get that much?
With that amount of money, they could have bought Twitter.
Going on at the big shell that day.
Like, legit.
Hostages.
It was worth so much less than that. I think it was worth like 8 billion at the time. But even then, that's still an insane number.
Most important person?
James Johnson.
The president?
The president? It can't be. Who could imagine the president being a terrorist?
And the crew
Or a warmonger? Unbelievable.
That's not the worst case scenario. If the chlorides being used to decontaminate the seawater go up with the oil, toxins containing catastrophic...
So if you're looking at this right now, you'll notice that the game has an immediate, at least if you start from this point, it has a very similar opening to the Shadow Moses incident. Which, by the way, I never mentioned this in the last playthrough, but does Shadow Moses have any sort of religious connotations behind it? Because of the word Moses. You know that guy who parted the red legs?
And other hostages. And 2, disarm the terrorists by any means necessary.
Define necessary. Because, I mean, by my accounts, breaking their legs and slicing out their eyeballs, that might be necessary, given the context. If they can't see me, they can't shoot me. That's how I see it. I mean, I suppose in that situation, I would be the only one to see it that way.
Is this a joint effort?
No.
Aside from the hair and the fact he doesn't sound like David Hayter, more or less trying to emulate him, Quentin Flynn, I mean, you might actually be mistaken to think that this is Snake, especially if you've never played a Metal Gear Solid game before.
How are things?
We're in luck.
Oh yeah, I didn't mention this. I don't know if I mentioned this earlier, but you can also move them about all over the place
lights on
too.
the plant struts are functioning. I won't have to use the IR goggles.
Any problem?
That mask is
There was
so
a brand
cool
new
though.
hole cut through the oil fence.
So is the rest of
Besides me that wanted to
Snake,
get in
wannabe
badly.
Snake. Oh, forget it. You know who it is. It's Raiden. I'm not even gonna like pretend. I'm not even gonna pretend. But like the suit Raiden has in this is
By the
so.
way, Snake, we're changing your code name for all
I don't wanna say
following
cool.
communication.
What's wrong with Snake?
Just a precaution. You are
There we
now
go, Raiden.
designated Raiden.
He finally calls him it.
All right, Raiden.
And let's
You've
be real.
already covered
I don't think anyone
infiltration
was
and
going to
VR
be
training.
tricked by like.
I've completed 300
it's like,
missions
who is
in
he?
VR. I feel like
But-
some kind of legendary mercenary.
Okay, we'll skip that part.
There's something like the suit
sure
itself just
nobody
adds this
sees you.
level of sort of
If you need
androgyny
contact me
about
by
Raiden.
codec. The frequency is
Which,
140.85.
in some respects, for
When you want to use the
for-
codec,
the female audience could be a bit more appealing. And you know, I might talk about that a little bit more later on when he's unmasked, and you might and sort of convey more of what I mean. But at the minute, while he's wearing this sort of garish mask that no one can sort of like make out, that's quite intimidating. And to be fair, I'm actually kind of disappointed there's not a setting where you can play the whole game with this mask on, because it's so cool.
How do I get up to the next
I like it, the way it just sort of goes with everything.
There's an elevator at the
And sort of like just the intimidation factor in it. I think it's mostly just the mouth area. Like something that's going in for a little nibble at you. Nibble, nibble, nibble. I just realised as well, I should probably stop messing around with my beard so much, because I know, it sounds like you're in a rainforest of ASMR. And as you walk out of the bushes, you see that twat, Bear Grylls. Alright mate, I'm gonna teach you how to survive in the wilderness. Gotta drink your pee. No chance, mate.
Between the suit and the intravenous nanomachines to create a feedback system.
There's a lot of pressure on my torso.
Relax. The suit applies varying pressure to major internal organs to maximize performance and safeguard their functions. They call this the skull suit in Foxhound.
Whoa! Fighting with Skullface all along! Damn! Then again, it kind of makes sense that the skulls
The hatch with a circular handle will
would
open
have
into the
this.
elevator area.
Would be in this, sorry,
Locate
because
the hatch first.
wait, hold on, sorry. Was
Copy that.
Skullface
Moving
actually
on to
linked to the
main
Patriots?
mission objectives.
He wasn't, was he? Because he tried to whack out Zero, didn't he? I suppose they just took whatever. Oh my goodness! Look at those disgusting maggots. So the POV of this mask is awesome. All right, wait. Like a pro, Ryder. Like a pro. Shaver. Gonna need that. That'll be important later on. Hey! Go for the Olympics, mate. I know how to swim. Let's explore. I love looking around areas, don't you? Crunching. Crunch the cockroach. No, don't go in the water, you dumb fuck. Right, here's a little secret that not a lot of people know about. Metal Gear 2, I don't know if you see it, Guns of Patriots. Like, I don't know if that's like a reference. It couldn't have been a reference to MGS4 because, like, Kojima didn't know he was going to make that. I'm pretty sure, like, because after this he wasn't going to. He was going to call it quits after this. But for one reason or another he came back, and because the team wasn't doing so well. But I mean, that was probably what they called it initially.
Colonel,
I would imagine. But Sons of Liberty is so much better, and
AN-94 and a
at least for this installment.
Those grenades.
And Guns of the Patriot works so much better for
Must be a
the fourth game,
Gurlukovich man.
obviously.
Gurlukovich?
A
But it's
Russian
just
private army that was in
a
line
little
to work
hint
with the
in
Shadow
there
Moses
that,
takeover group 4 years ago.
you know, these little things that
They must have
while
made a
they never
deal,
get used,
an
and they're just little
arrangement with the
cheeky little
terrorists.
hints or
They become a
winks to
band
the
of
audience,
mercenaries, an army without a country.
they get expanded upon a bit more. You know, nothing ever seems wasted, or nothing ever feels wasted in the Metal Gear games. And I think that's kind of rare to see in most other game franchises. Whereas there are some things in there you're like, what was the point in that? Oh my god, this is the real Snake, the legend himself, and the way the camera is angled, turning his back to us as though we're beneath him, because we are. We love you, Snake.
Colonel, there's definitely another intruder in here besides me.
That's not a possibility.
But as well as that, there's this moment here sort of
Looks like a solo job.
demonstrates just how much,
We may not
not
know who he
so much
is,
as
but he managed
Snake
to
being a
take
legend, but
care
how
of every
preferable he
sentry in
is
the area.
for the players to
All
play
out
as
cold.
versus
Wherever he
Raiden.
is, he's got some skills.
No, because at this
We need
point,
to get
Snake
an
is already
ID,
taking care of the
but for
gods,
now,
and
you
Raiden
can
is
take
like
advantage
still
of the
trying to like
situation and get to
get-
work. There's a
just get
terminal
through
in
this
front of the
section.
elevator. A node.
It's a nice little way to
Did
sort
you
of get
say
people
nerd?
into
Not nerd. Node.
to
Use the node to gain
Burping.
access to the Big Shell's
to
facilities network.
get a certain idea into the player's
Pull up
heads.
the map of
Not
the
to necessarily
structure.
turn people against
That'll let you
Raiden, but
activate
to
the Soliton radar.
The
almost
Soliton radar?
incentivize.
True. That radar came in useful during VR training.
A radar
Um,
system. uses biological magnetic fields as
How,
input.
how do you say
These
it?
estimated enemy positions are
You're
projected
not
onto a
you're
map
not against him, but you're not
according to
with him
reference points
either.
collected via GPS signals and
If that
field
makes
personnel
sense.
reports. We need to
You know,
get
even though
to
you're
the
playing
map
as
where the
him,
big
it's like
shells know
seeing
to
Snake
put
do
this
all these
data
other cool
process into
things. You
practical use.
sort of
The
lament on
node
top of
unit
like
is
you
about
know,
3 feet
it's a
high.
Metal Gear game,
Should
so
be
naturally you
colored
go
blue.
in thinking
Each
we're playing
area
a
has
Solid
at
Snake.
least one.
But it's like just there's that element,
How
but
do
there's
I
the
gain
other
access?
element of just what we just seen just now,
push the
sort of
action
adding
button
to
in
that, if
front
that
of the
makes any
node.
sense. Does that make any sense, or am I actually just
The
rambling at this point? I
nanomachines
don't
in your
know.
body will take care of the security clearance.
What are they talking
and allow
about?
you access to the node. Complete the procedure before those sentries gain consciousness. If they spot you, you won't be able to gain access for a while. Stay on guard.
Why is Colonel Campbell's delivery so much more robotic here? Did you say nerd? No, I said no, Dryden. What's wrong with you? It's time to become God of Lightning. Uh-oh. I can take care of this.
Raiden, the enemy sentry is regaining consciousness.
Be careful, Jack.
Thank
Find
you.
somewhere to hide and
We're done. We're done. I don't need to talk to you. Don't at least need. Just knock him out. Why? What was with those invincibility flames? No, don't shoot me. Don't shoot me. It's just the two of them. Oh, there's a third one. Where did you come from? Get out of it! Oh, get out of my way. Right. Hide here. That'll do. No! Don't look at me! Oh, why? Run, run. No! Rations, yes. I hide in one of the lockers. No, I'll hide here instead. I don't think he's coming for me. No, they're coming. Do I hide in the locker or is that too obvious? Oh, it's too late now, they're here. Ah! No! Don't do it! What do I do? What do I do? What do I do? Just don't... Oh, I've got no weapons. Alright, I've got one ration left, so I'm... Okay. Just... Get in the water! No. Don't kill me, don't kill me, don't kill me. Don't do it. Okay. They're out cold. Okay. Now if I just carefully dump him in. Yeah? No. He's not going in. Ooh, bandages. What are you doing? Where you... No! Don't get out of the way, you dumb shit! Why would you do that? I've got no rations, I've got nothing. I'll use bandage. No, there we go. That's amazing. That's incredible.
Answer me! Jack! Jack!
Do you remember how in the first game, a game I'd never played before, and how I managed to get through the entire section of that, not die, but this game that I played once, I die. That's that's incredible.
I'm under enemy fire. Secure the perimeter.
Stay on the lookout.
That's actually embarrassing. Oh, and there we go, the lift is here. That's funny, that, innit? How am I supposed to get there, though? Without getting alerted. Think, Tuff, think. That guy on the left. Hold on. If this works, if this works, I think I'll just really hurt myself very badly. Right. I can't believe that worked.
Who's there?
I'm actually ashamed of myself. Jesus Christ.
The terrorists call themselves Sons of Liberty.
Sons of Liberty?
The name of their leader is Solid Snake.
The legendary hero of Shadow Moses?
The hero of Shadow Moses?
I just said that.
So that's why you changed my code name.
Right, but he can't be the Solid Snake.
But yeah,
He
Raiden.
died
So
2
the way they
years
came
ago
up
on
about
that
like
tape
Raiden's
after he
appearance,
blew his sky
Hideo
high.
Kojima, what he'd done like a survey. I think it was with the women who were working on the
Not a
game.
chance.
And when asking what they thought of Snake, they're like, he's a bit too gruff and sort of old looking.
I'm
You
on
know,
the
he's a
roof.
bit
There
too
are no sentries, but it would only take
not
one to
menacing,
spot
but
me in
a
this
little
light.
less
You
approachable.
never had daylight VR training after all.
And so just based
Stay
on like
extra
what
sharp
they had
until you can
said,
find a node
you know,
to
what
log
they
in
like in
from.
a man in
What
terms
about
of
the
appearance.
commandos?
SEAL Team
This is
10
what
has
they
landed
came
on
up with.
struts B
Someone who's a
and
bit
C.
more
And the
androgynous.
president?
Seems he was spotted on
And
strut
you know, I
B.
know a lot of people, I know a lot of
Strut
guys
B.
gonna get like, no, women don't like that. Blah, blah. Like, what do you mean? Like, women know what they like better than
The
you
big
do,
shell
mate.
is comprised of shells
That's why
1
some of the
and
guys
2.
who say that
Each unit
don't have
consists of a
girlfriends.
central
Like,
core and 6 struts
look,
surrounding it.
check out who you're listening
So
to.
the whole thing is shaped like 2 hexagons.
Which kind of makes sense.
connected
Which
end
makes
on
sense for
end.
me as well, because I'm
Exactly.
rather a bit more
And you're on the
androgynous
roof
looking.
of
That's why I've
strut
never
A,
had issues.
Shell 1 at the moment.
I am rubbing my nipples at the minute, don't at me. No, but the thing is as well, this also
First,
sort
get
of...
to
A similar
and
thing
log
was
into the
done in
network.
Mass Effect 2, which is how they came up with the character of Thane, and how when you look at him, he's... Initially, he was a character who's going to be very sort of hunched over, sort of menacing and creepy looking. Looked a bit like Darth Maul. But, you know... And they sort of gave him like weird feathers too, which made him very sort of unappealing. But after they'd spoken to women on that, they'd go, "Hey! Well, this isn't so bad. I mean, we're out in the elements, unlike in Shadow Moses, you know. Clear sky. I mean, in some cultures, that's supposed to be good luck, you know, and in situations like this, you gotta kind of look on the bright side of things, and not to... Stop it! Now, at this moment, any psychotic gamer might take the opportunity to kill these defenseless animals. Not me, though. I don't hurt animals. Whoa! What was that? Hello? What do you want?
Raiden, look at that wire fence.
Oh.
You may be able to crawl through it.
Thanks, Colonel! Look, I knew this. Don't think I didn't know this. I did. What? What do you want?
Raiden, SEAL Team 10 is in.
Do we really have no line of
Did
communication?
I really
with
need
the
to know that
SEALs?
SEAL Team
They don't
10
know
had
a
made it?
thing
I don't
about
care.
us.
They're not.
You know
They're
we
not
work
part
in
of
the
my
dark,
priorities.
And this mission is no exception. Only a few people know about your presence here. There's
Yeah,
no
this is going to
need
be
for
one of those
concern.
things. In this game,
This operation
particularly,
is under
the
Pentagon's
calls
direct
and
command,
cutscenes are
and the
particularly
NSDT came from the Vice
obnoxious.
President and the
Especially the
Secretary of
calls in
Defense.
this game.
Your mission
'Cause-
may be top
ooh.
secret, but it's gone through the usual
Do they
channels.
just get under my skin? It's like every 5 steps. Raiden, did you know? Yeah, I know. Shut up. Just shut up. Hui! Oh, look at that jump. That was magnificent.
I'll go check the roof. I'll leave the first floor to you, okay? Understood.
Don't know what relevance that is. Oh well. This bit, though, that we need.
Colonel, I've located the...
The nerd? Shut up. You didn't need to call him for that. We, as the player, know it by now. Jesus. But yeah, unlocking that gives you the map to the area. Now if I just... There we go, we made it. Now I have the drop on everyone on this map. Oh, you know, yeah. Whatever. We'll see how it goes. I don't even know where I'm going. I probably should have been listening, to be fair. Oh, those things. Ciphers. Oh, wait, Raiden wasn't there for the time. Oh my god, no. Don't tell me you're actually going to, like, fill him in on
watch
this.
your back.
No, you
That's
are.
a cipher.
I don't care. I think it's kind of clear to everyone. You can already tell that I'm already losing my tempo with the frequent codec calls now. Already, it's just getting... How did I miss that? Oh my goodness. At this point, it's fair to say that it's just getting kind of obnoxious. Right, if we... Ooh, no. Hello? Nope. Nope. I'm gonna need a keycard for these, aren't I? Yep! Level 1 access. Fudge. Alright, don't look at me. Get on there, right? Get on there! There we go. Right, now just make sure no one's coming down the stairs! Oh, he's on his way. Okay. Calm and careful, calm and careful. Don't look at me. I'm starting to suspect I shouldn't be in here. So, need to move. No! Who saw me? There's no one down here. No one could have seen me. Open. No. Oh god, what do I do? No. Not fair. Why? Why do you hurt me? That's unbelievable. All those karate moves and nothing. Didn't hit a single person. Especially the one I wanted to hit. Oh god, have they just locked me off here? No. No, I really don't think I'm supposed to be in this area. I've got... No! Didn't see him! No. Hide, hide, hide. Right. It's a long shot, but hopefully they won't see me. Use the bandage. Just... Oh no, don't. Don't tell me he's coming here, please. How am I playing so bad when in the first 2 videos I was doing so well? Hello?
Jack, are you okay?
Rosemary.
I didn't even
Jack, tell me
know
you're okay.
she can call you for this reason. Then again, to be fair,
One now.
I don't think I've ever done as poorly as I am right now. And let's be
didn't think it
fair,
would
this is
be
probably the
this
first
tough.
time you're finding this out too.
It's the helplessness of it, you know? Just watching with no power to help you. It's like having a ringside seat at a boxing match, but much worse because it's someone I love and the stakes are...
Rosemary. Maybe this was a miscalculation on my part. Selecting her wasn't the wisest choice.
No. I apologize for the outburst. I'm all right. I will see this through with you.
Rose?
We fight together, okay? You have nowhere to run. Neither do I.
Rosemary, you're not obligated to continue. You know that.
I'm all right, sir.
Raiden, how about you?
I'm good.
Then the mission goes on. But Rosemary, there's one thing you need to understand.
Sir?
His name is Raiden. Got it?
Yes, sir. I understand.
Alright, I didn't really want to talk through that. Because let's be real, that was probably one of the sweetest and most tender things in this game. To have a loved one in there on a mission, truly worried about your well-being. Like, that's beautiful, that. Beautiful. Love it. Turns out I was going the wrong way. Ho ho! Let's just pretend that didn't happen, yeah? I think within the first 30 minutes of this, I've already faced an untold level of embarrassment. God. However will I get past them? No. Don't get in the codec cop. I don't need to talk to you, Colonel. I know what I'm doing. Ooh. I just remember the last time I said that, things went really south. I kinda know what I'm doing. But that's better. Alright. The guy on the right just keeps looking. Oh, the guy on the left is moving. Alright. Now I know his pattern. So the one on the right just looks out, and the one on the left just... He's the one who moves about. He's the weak link that I need to look for. That I need to maneuver around. Alright. Come on, mate. I need you to move. Yep, there we go. Careful of the platform. Careful, careful, sneaky, sneaky. He's out. No, you didn't hear me. No. No, 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 no. Don't do it. Don't do it. No, no, no. Right, there we go. That wasn't hot. Ooh, no. No, no, no. No one. Shut up. Nothing's wrong. Right. I understand it. Ooh. Just that. I just moved the stick a millisecond. And then it goes into the cutscene. Sure, wouldn't the cutscene have just started as soon? Why couldn't that be an option, you know? Like, the cutscene can start if you go first person, because... I don't know. Still, this is a familiar sight. The ninja. It should be me. But Raiden doesn't become the ninja yet. He must earn that. Ooh, that little sting there sort of reminds me of one of the Earthbound games. Earthbound 2 Mother, like with Gygas and his theme song. That is like quite an eerie and sort of cerebral theme. Very discomforting too. And I suppose that works, especially what Gygas is meant to be in that. Because apparently, like, if you look at the outline, he's meant to be like a fetus or something. And there's like a couple inspirations there of like what the game designer had seen. He thought he'd seen like a sexual assault in a movie. Not in a movie theater, but in the film itself. It wasn't. It was... I think it was consensual in the film. It's just that he just heavily misinterpreted it. But yeah. Vab is quite a, as characters go, Jesus! He just mashed him up like nothing! Vab as a character, when Hideo Kojima submitted this character to his team, they were like, "You're not serious, are you?" But no, like, he was dead serious. Because it was the strangest thing. Apparently for them to hear. It's like, oh yeah, we're gonna have a vampire in the next Metal Gear Solid game. It's like, for real? For real?
What's going on?
And the reason he's called Vamp, believe it or not, it's not because he's a vampire. It's because he's bisexual. There's a codec call you can unlock with Snake where he even confirms it. And I love that. It's not for obvious reasons as to why these characters are named what they're named. It's almost... With some of the Dead Cells, I've noticed some of their names are quite sort of like ironic, or there's like a double meaning there. Obviously with Vamp's name and Fortune, obviously she's very unfortunate. Fat Man, he was quite quick on his feet, really. But I don't know if there's one for Solidus though. That seems to be fairly straightforward.
What are you?
I'm bisexual. That's like the most awkward place to keep your knife, no?
5 today. Or rather, 6.
Phil Lamar. Oh!
Get down!
Nice save! That little scar there gets healed up fairly quickly. So I don't even know why they bothered putting that detail in there. One of the things I adore right here is just look at his eyes. Just the intensity in them. The concentration and focus. Oh. It's brilliant how they're able to like convey that in like in a PS2, an early PS2 game as well. Right and shoot. Not him. Bad guy. Why Vamp doesn't just kill Snake right here, right now, I don't know.
Strange smell. You smell like... Are you?
It has to be. Shoot him! What are you
Yeah,
waiting
you know not to mess with him. Right, that would have been nice if you had done it like a little bit sooner.
Vamp,
Yeah, Queen?
are you all done cleaning up?
Yes, but wait till I tell you what I found.
Something interesting?
I'll tell you in person. Where are you?
Just the smoothness as well, just like him just casually having a conversation, while they're just like desperately trying to... Raiden, how did he get past you? He was right in front of you, mate. God, you suck. Thank God for MGS4. Because as of right now, this is a poor showing.
Hold on. I'm not an enemy. Calm down.
I mean, be a bit grateful, Raiden. The guy helped you out.
My name is...
Oh?
My name is Pliskin. Iroquois Pliskin. Lieutenant Junior
Pliskin.
Grade.
Obviously another, like, reference alluding to Snake Plissken from Escape from New York. Like, if it wasn't even more on the nose before.
How did you get in?
Fast rope descent from a Navy chopper.
Cockroach. Wait, where have I seen those before?
Have I seen you before?
That's
So why have you still just got, like, cockroaches hanging off of you, mate? That's grim. No?
That's right.
Foxhound was
You want
disbanded.
to try to, like, shake them off?
Huh? Where were you before Foxhound? Delta Force?
I was part of the Army's Force 21 trials.
Force 21. That's about tactical IT deployment, right?
Apparently, I
Field
don't
experience?
even know where I heard this from, but
not
I don't
really.
even know how
So this
true
is
it
your
is.
first.
But
I
in the
had
military,
extensive training,
one of the
the
things they
kind
do
that's
is they have
indistinguishable
like
from the real thing.
Like what?
video games or video game
Sneaky
simulators
Mission
in the
60,
military that
Weapons
soldiers can
80,
dick around in and just
Advanced
it.
VR, huh?
But realistic in every way.
But it's like
A
drones.
virtual
That's what
drug
they're
to
messing around with
digital age.
mostly.
That's just great.
That's far more effective than live
You know, just give them a
exercises.
PS4 controller and
You
it's
don't
like,
get
alright,
injured
cool.
in
It's
VR,
like,
do you?
just shoot this,
Every year, a few
shoot this
soldiers die of
terrorist
field
house in Yemen.
exercises.
Is it a
There's
terrorist
hidden sensation in
house?
VR and even a sense of reality and urgency. The only difference is it isn't actually happening.
That's the way they want you to think, to remove you from the fear that goes with battle situations.
I don't know how true that is, though.
War is a video game. What better way to raise the ultimate soldier?
It sounds out there, but then again, it also sounds just as mundane and therefore is equally believable. Because as
So you're saying
despite
that VR
as
training is some
exciting
kind
as
of mind
things
control?
people try to make things in life, things are relatively
what's going
mundane. Life
The
isn't
Alpha
as
team from
exciting
Navy
as
SEAL 10 is
you
dead.
think.
No,
It's
a
depressing
single
at
survivor.
times, don't get me
Kids
wrong, but
wired
like
with
depression doesn't
nanomachines.
equal excitement. It's more tedious and monotonous of things.
What about the president?
Even when some things
Looks
happen
like
that
they
seem a
took
bit
him somewhere
extraordinary.
else.
People always find this weird way of like
said
sort
there
of
was a survivor
going
from
over the
SEAL
top
Team
of them as
10.
well, like just
Yeah. Lieutenant
going
J.G.
the extra
Pliskin.
miles, like
Has he
putting
seen
extra
your
meaning
face?
into like silly
This
things.
is a
It's
top
like one of the things I
secret
think
mission.
of
No one can
There's
know
like
that
these
we're
few
involved.
It's a
coincidences
little too late
between
for that.
Abraham Lincoln and JFK.
What's
Like a few little silly things, like JFK was on the Ford. Abraham Lincoln was in a Ford car. No, sorry, Abraham Lincoln was in the Ford Theater, and JFK was in the Ford car when they both were shot. Their assassins, Abraham Lincoln's, was left the theater, was found in a warehouse, and JFK's left the warehouse and was found in a theater. Both the presidents, they married their wives when they were in their 30s. They married their wives when they were in their 20s.
Must have lost a few more pints than I thought.
During the presidency, they had to deal with sort of serious racial
What was
issues.
that man just now?
You know, revolving
That
around
blood-sucking
black
freak.
people.
That was Vamp.
I think
He's
with the vice
Romanian,
presidents
a
as
wizard
well.
with knives, as you saw.
Lincoln's
The way he moved didn't seem to
vice
see that
president,
in
his
the
first
eye,
name was
guarantee.
Johnson,
What
and
is he?
One of the
John
members of
Fitzgerald
Dead
Kennedy,
Cell.
his
Cell?
vice
Him?
president,
A
who later
special
became
forces
president,
unit
was
created by
Lyndon B.
ex-President
Johnson.
George Sears. The name was originally intended to reflect its anti-terrorist
I mean, there's probably a
functions.
bunch of
The
all
unit
other
would
stuff
launch
that I'm
unannounced assaults
like
on
completely
government
forgetting.
complexes for the ultimate terrorism simulation.
I think as well there's something
They were
like
needed to
it's
show
either their
VR
names or their
troopers like
assassins'
you how to
names
deal with the
have
real
the
thing.
same number
But
of
around the
letters
time
in their
their
name.
original leader died in prison, the unit began
Point
to
I'm
rebel.
getting is that
They
like,
were always
you hear
close
that
to
sort
the
of
edge,
stuff and you
but
think
they
like, oh,
became
that's an
more and more
extraordinary
extreme.
thing. It's like
Began
there
to
must
go
be a
after
deeper
US
meaning.
allies,
It's like a
even
glitch in the
civilians.
Matrix,
We
or
estimate
it's
that
a
no
message
fewer
from
than
God
100 people
and
died
he's
as a
calling us on
result
his
of
golden telephone. It's like,
accidents the Dead
no,
Cell
the
arranged
reality
on their
is
own. They were out
that's
of
probably just a
control, and it all
coincidence
came
on a
to a head
massive
6
scale.
months ago.
Those things do happen.
The unit was devastated. There are
You know,
only
you can
three left
you
now, and
read
just
up on
saw
these
one of
stories
them.
all the
Why
time.
would
It's
they
like,
go
oh, that's
after the
kind of
big
weird.
shell?
How should I know? I told you they were on the lunatic fringe.
But
What about their leader?
as far
He
as
says
like,
he's Solid
yeah,
Snake.
for me at least,
Snake
that's
died 2 years ago.
as interesting as it gets. Sometimes there are
You
massive
mean the
coincidences.
incident that made this big shell necessary in the first place?
Right, and he was the one
don't
that
really
sank
mean a
that
whole lot.
tanker.
But he's a legend.
Legends are usually bad news. There's not a lot of difference between heroes and madmen.
Damn, that gameplay is far better. Yeah, this is what I mean. This is what I mean earlier in the last video when I said
No, he's not involved in this
that the
one. His
tanker
body was
chase.
positively ID'd
Sorry, when
2
the
years
tanker was
ago.
coming down during,
Snake is dead.
you know, when it was sinking,
And
those are
buried.
bits that you would have, where you would have had to try to escape it.
What about the other soldiers? I saw Russian equipment
But
too.
you know, like as I said
Former Soviet
before,
military,
for one reason or
the
another, they couldn't
mercenaries.
quite work. They couldn't quite work it out, so they just dropped it
The big
instead.
shell is too much ground for just Dead Cell members to hold down.
But I
You
think
weren't
just that
briefed
little
on
bit
any
of
of this?
footage there
You
for
came
what
in
it
alone
does
to boot?
is somewhat effective
Why?
in helping sort of communicate the
What are you
extra
really doing
realism of
here?
VR in this universe.
Can't tell me.
You know,
huh?
something we don't even get to
I'm with you.
experience, but for him, Raiden, I mean, who spent all of his time in VR,
Keep
he
it
wouldn't.
anyway. May come in handy.
he wouldn't really be able to tell the difference. Yes, Raiden!
Take this
Smoke a
too.
whole pack. Ooh, now we're talking.
Here, take this.
See, when you pick up that razor, when you first come into the game, there it is, for Snake. He uses it later on. He uses it. It's not just a random thing he gives him. It's like, you know, there and done and not taking any notice of it again. He will use it later on.
Aren't you going to answer him?
The BC connecting bridge.
We need to get there. Can you handle it?
I need a few more minutes.
Oh, come on, Snake.
Remember my frequency. It's
Or Pliskin.
141.80.
This is a weird thing, though, because he is so committed
141.80. Got it.
I've been briefed
to the
on this
identity
plan's
of
layout.
Pliskin that
If you need information on the place or about Dead Cell,
after a
contact
while
me.
you almost sort of
You're
like
using
question
nano
yourself a bit. It's
communication,
like,
right?
is he
Yeah,
Snake?
but
Is
I can
he
patch into your frequency.
not? Like, what's going on? Am I expected to just believe this obvious
Hey,
lie,
what's
or
your name?
is he just another clone?
Raiden.
Because you don't know.
Raiden. Strange code name.
Makes up for the boring one my parents gave me.
Maybe I'll find out someday.
Give it a couple weeks, you'll find out. Wait, what? So here's a little thing. If you call... What was his frequency again? It was 25, wasn't it? No. No, was it 80? There it is!
He's asleep?
Yeah. Yeah, he's legit out cold. I don't know how he's able to answer the codec,
How
though.
much longer is this guy gonna sleep? Wish I were that relaxed. He's still sleeping.
Liquid.
Huh?
Yeah, that's why it never worked out between him and Meryl. Like, every night it's like... Liquid! Fuck. Fuck you, Snake! Check this out.
I wouldn't do that if I were you. Moron.
What's that noise? Well, obviously green means it's safe to shoot it. Let's disarm this thing.
Jack, do you remember what day tomorrow is?
That again. I'm sorry, but I still don't have a clue.
That's okay.
What is it, Rose? Talk to me.
I'd rather you figure it out. It's important.
How important?
Important enough? And we'll talk about it tomorrow.
Why not now?
Tomorrow seems more appropriate. I need all the help I can get so that I won't chicken out anyway.
Is that the reason you decided to be part of this mission? Okay, I'm gonna finish this thing by tomorrow no matter what.
You know I'll do everything I can to help you.
Rose, there's something I need you to do as an analyst.
What is it?
It has to do with Solid Snake. The leader of this takeover incident is claiming that he's Snake himself.
The legendary mercenary?
I need as much data on him as possible. Everything they have on him after the Shadow Moses incident.
He's dead now, isn't he?
Yes. Should be a burial record somewhere, too. You should be able to request top-level security clearance from the Colonel. That should get us into the most classified material.
I'm on it. I'll contact you as soon as I find out something.
Ominous! And the plot thickens. Another cutscene, come on, man. I think MGS3 had the right balance of cutscenes. You know? Of cutscene and gameplay division. This is cool though. They just fly past her. Whoa. Don't feel too bad for the president later on. This guy is a prick. That's such a cool effect though. It's a shame like we don't get anything like that in game. It'd be so awesome just having everything, all the bullets just whizzing past you. I'd love something like that.
Nothing will hit her. Is she the one they call Fortune?
That side eye. Yes, Queen. Lifted him like an infant! Love it.
Queen.
Don't let them take the president!
She's gonna be our first boss. How do you beat her? Her boss fight is such a tease though as well, so you see what I mean. If you don't know already. Wait, is that the pain?
A dud!
A dude? That's a South Park character. It's a dude. Right lads, if we move slowly, she can't see us. She's like a dinosaur. Her sight is based on movement.
Bad day.
Oh, this railgun is the coolest thing ever. You get to use it in MGS4. Jesus Christ! That was one shot too. They've been demolished. Good on her. Oh, this poor guy. When I was younger, I always thought maybe he could have survived this. But then, knowing what I know now, yeah, no, from that height, he'd definitely be dead. Because even from that height, most people just fall on the assumption that, oh, water, like, it'd be fine. No, at a high enough, at enough height, you'd get enough velocity that when you slam into water, it'd be the same as hitting concrete. Isn't the world lovely? I don't know what it is that kills the seagulls. I think it's just like the overall heat or radiation from the railgun. Because that's got to do some mega damage to your insides being near that thing. Oh great, another codec call. Yeah, thanks Raiden.
Colonel, SEAL Team 10's Bravo team was wiped out.
I see.
What happened to the cargo choppers?
Both of them are at the bottom of the harbor. Looks like your new hosts have a Harrier too.
A Harrier? What is this?
Calm
Harrier?
down. It just
I mean,
means they
Hind?
anticipated the attack.
No, I got it right the first time. Harrier?
Besides, since the SEALs drew their fire, your infiltration went off without a hitch. On top of that, we know their defensive capabilities.
Are you saying this was all a feint?
Raiden, get a hold of yourself. The entire mission is in your hands now. Do you understand?
But...
There's no time for questions. They could decide to retaliate for that failed assault.
God damn, talk about throwing me in the deep end, mate.
They could be in danger, yes.
Colonel, you're a dick.
But we need to consider the possibility that they'll blow the whole shell. If that toxic spell does take place, it'll devastate not only the harbor, but poison the coastline for generations. Raiden, we've had to adjust the mission objectives. The priority is now on removing those C4s that the terrorists wired over the big shell. The president can wait, but this can't.
Colonel, you know I'm no bomb disposal expert.
That's not a problem. The Bravo team brought an explosives pro in with
this
them.
guy, even though
he was supposed to stand
he
by
gets
on
such a
Strut
short
C
time.
according
By the way,
to
he's
their
also
mission
voiced by
plan.
Greg Eagles,
You
who
should
voiced the
find
Dark
him
Chief
there.
and Grey
Is this
Fox.
according to
Excellent
Simulation
character.
2?
But this
What are you
character
talking about?
we're about to
Get to Strut
see
C
right
and
now, he has
find
very
him.
limited screen time.
Understood. But I need
But
to ask you something before I go.
The time that's
Make it
with
quick.
him is
Who
used
are
very
they?
effectively
Dead
to
cell,
give
I
us
mean.
enough like
It couldn't hit her no matter
understanding
how
of like
hard
his
they tried.
motivations of like
And
who
that
he is
vampire, too,
like a
it's-
person
it's
and
like-
like his investment
like
in
being
this
in a
mission.
nightmare you can't wake
It's
up
just
from.
enough,
Jack,
even though
snap out
like
of
how
it.
little
And
it
you,
actually
Rose,
is.
I can't believe you're on this mission. I keep thinking I'll
Not
wake
a
up.
moment is wasted with this
Raiden,
character.
this is real. And that's why you won't wake up.
Then
But
again,
nothing
no
seems
moment
real.
is really wasted
I've
with any
made
of
up
the
my mind to
characters.
stay
But
with you. Whether this is
apart
real
from
or a
for some
bad dream,
people,
I'll
it's
keep
Rose.
watching you till
People
it's
feel as though
over.
she's kind of a wasted
Thank you,
character.
Rose.
But if you actually listen to
And
what
I
she
won't
says,
let you
like
be
she's
just a
not really
dream.
that sort of
Are you two done? Right.
overly
You're needed on Strut C.
unreasonable or demanding. I need you to watch me poo. Look at me while I do it.